All right, Ball Daily wrote in. Ball Daily wrote in and said, it's all good when times are great. You can pop your collar and look down on people with jobs. But being a business owner means you are in charge of everything. Nobody is truly coming to save you. There's no workman's comp for you to go file. It sounds like dude was doing good for a while, but not having at least 6 months bills put up when you know your job fully depends on you being healthy. It's just an unfortunate oversight. He's going to have to learn from this, but he won't let this happen again. Now look, this is what, I don't know who these people is in this car on the left side of me, but they're getting real close. I'm in my wife's vehicle. I'm assuming they think that I'm my wife, but it's a dude. So, yeah, we got dark tint. So we're going to go ahead and pull on over to the side. And if this car pull over to the side and this dude jump out and thinking I'm her, yeah, he jump out thinking I'm her, it's going to be a long day today. He going to get whooped and I'm going to go home and whoop her too. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Who truly have 6 months of bill money sitting in their savings account? Let's be honest here. The average person that's running a business, their bills are about $5,000 a month. Who got $30,000 cash just sitting off to the side? And this is what y'all have to understand. $30,000 won't save you. $30,000 will not save you. That guy had a food truck business. You think, like, I'm going to give an example. It's a guy that stays in Louisiana. He y'all can look him up. He's called the Crab Man. He ride around selling crabs, shrimp. The only thing he sell, snow crab, shrimp, sausage. That's what he sell. He got a food truck. He'll pull up. Look, he'll just pull up in a random parking lot. He'll be there for about 3-4 hours, and he'll post it on social media, and everybody will come flood and eat at his truck. He came down here to the coast twice. Once when he came, my wife wanted to try the food, so I went and bought a big family platter, $130. There was a bunch of snow crabs, shrimp, sausage, and potatoes. Me, my wife, and my kids, we ate on that for about 2 days. All right? Now, he just came back again, but he like 30 minutes away. Now, I don't have to spend $130 next time I go. Next time I go, I'll probably spend like $40. But I didn't go. See, he already built up like a clientele of people who actually want to try his stuff. And people I know if he's close enough, I will go and spend like $30 with him, get some food. All right. Now this guy, he has a newer 2500 diesel, and he have 16 ply tires on his food truck trailer. And the reason I know they're 16 ply, because I just bought some 16 ply. And we all know those 16 plies, they aren't cheap. I think mine was like $700 a set or whatever. But that's not the point that I was getting at with that. The point I was making is who truly have 6 months of bill money just sitting in a personal savings account. You have to understand the economy that we are in. But what I was saying was, even though I will eat that guy's food, and I'll pull up and go buy his food, but if he go missing for 6 months, he's not gonna. If he go missing for 6 months because he got hurt, he's not gonna have that same impact when he come back, because he will lose his momentum. And that's what you gotta understand. A lot of people that have businesses, they have what you call clientele. And that clientele is not going to hang around for 6 months. Like if you're a barber, you'll lose your clientele. You do. Like, no matter what it is you do, you cannot just disappear for 6 months and everybody just going to be waiting on you to get back. Yeah, that's good. That's fine if you got the money put up. But once you survive the 6 months, you eat through all your money, then what? You got to go rebuild your business. So there's no definite way where you can bulletproof everything. Now check this out. On a job I used to work, I remember a guy broke his hand. He had broke his hand on the job. He's like, oh man, I got workman's comp, I got all that, I got all that. All right, now look, I'm gonna show you how this worked for him with his let me look at my gas thing. Let me show you how this worked out for him. The workman's comp, you gotta understand, he was making he was a single guy, right? So he didn't work any overtime. He would work 40 hours a week, bring home $700. The way the workman's comp worked with the job I worked on, you can get to what is called short-term disability. And they would give you, I think, like 70%. They would give you 70% of what you was netting, not gross. They was giving you 70% of what you was netting. Now look at this. This is how it's a trick. He was working 40 hours and bringing home $700 a week because that's all he needed to survive. $700 a week was enough. You had guys that got hurt that was working 80 to 90 hours a week. And I remember guys saying, guy that got hurt, he was a guy that worked 7 days a week from January to January. And his checks used to be like $1,800 a week, $1,900 a week. And he got hurt. And they was like, well, man, you'll get 70% of that. That's going to be good. You'll be straight. But the reality is he wasn't going to be straight because he needed that whole $1,800 a week to survive. He needed the whole WAP to survive. So it wasn't good. Even if you're working a job, you still can lose everything. Even if you're working for yourself. For instance, there was a guy in my family, had his own trucking company. He had like 5 people working for him at one point in time. And I remember there was a bad accident. It was an extremely bad accident in our town. Ended up killing somebody. And I asked the guy, I said, bro, if that was one of your drivers, what would have happened? He said, I'd have lost everything. I went belly up. He said the type of accident that dude had, 2 people died, totaled the truck out, and then totaled those 2 cars out. He said, man, I lost everything. Because I think he told me what kind of he had like a $5 million policy. He said, man, they'd have ate through that $5 million so quick, and then they'd have sued me. So I'd have lost everything. So listen, there's no way to just be 100% free of everything. Unless you're just making a bunch of money with nothing's in your name and I got escorts, LLCs, bonds. There's no one there. Listen, what you got to understand, you are at the mercy seat of God. Even though if you don't believe in God, just understand, you are at the mercy seat of God, and that's it. And the only thing you can do is get up in the morning. If the Lord allows you to wake up in the morning, to provide for yourself and your family and make all wise and smart decisions. That's the only thing you can do. Nothing else you can do. There's nothing else you can do. So it don't matter if you had 6 months of savings put up. He could have 6 months of savings. It took the guy 7 months to get back on his feet. So yeah, I got 6 months of savings. All right, you eat through that. Then you got a month left. You'll be behind a month where you can put that 1 month you can put it on a credit card. And now you got to go build your clientele back up. Like the clientele you have, how long did it take to build up? Think about that for a second.